Okay, guys. Hope you're all doing fine. My name's the Bitcoin Baron, and as you can see here, we've got a little tutorial video. Now, here, I've got a copy of OBS Studio. This is a video for streamers. At the minute in the UK, we're going through a bit of a heat wave. People out there want to stream, right? But when there's a heat wave, you're hot. You need to drink more. Hydrate, remember that. But also, if you're hot, you might not have air conditioning, so you might not want to spend much money on that, and you don't have to really. You just need a fan, and I've got a fan right here. If you listen, you might be able to hear it. It's literally right here. To overemphasize the fan noise for you, I am going to have that on. Now, I've actually got one of these. It's like a little pop filter. It's a piece of foam. If I take this off, now look at where the volume is. This is my microphone, this little meter right here. In fact, because it is, should I not just make that bigger? There we are. So now you can see all of that there. And this is obviously reacting to my voice, that's what it does. And if I hold the same note, it looks kind of weird, like it's just the tops of it. Okay. Never mind, we're getting distracted. So it's hot, you want a fan on, but it's kind of destroying the noise in the background. If you are wearing headphones, especially big headphones like that, good. If you're not, you definitely should, because you might be able to hear that background noise. And if you're just playing this through your speakers or some tiny little earbuds that stick in your ear, you won't probably be able to hear very much of that bassy sound because they're not good speakers. But some of your viewers might have good headphones on and be listening to you, and they might be hearing stuff that you can't. So, this is a little problem you got to face. You want to stream. It's hot though. You got to have a fan on. It's going to make this noise. Well, there's a solution. Okay, because I've got not just the OBS which you see here, but I've also got another one open at the side. Yes, two copies of OBS at the same time. I've got one version recording the desktop version of what you see here. It's crazy. But there's a filter you can put on this to solve this problem really fast. So let's get right into that. Right. I was on the wrong thing there. Right, it's I was getting ready to upload the video, which I'm not yet uploading. Okay, so go up to this website here, Reaper, reaper/REAPLUGS, Raya plugs, and that'll bring you to here. Right, so this is like a suite of effects, completely free effects you can use to do stuff like compression, like equalization of your voice, even noise gates, really cool stuff, which is absolutely free. And Reaper is a very good digital audio workstation as well. I may as well just tell you that now, for making sounds and whatnot. Right, so you want to download this. There's two downloads right here, but which is the right one? There's a 32-bit and a 64-bit version. Well, you want to find this screen. I think if you go to, if you type start, if you're on Windows and you type system information. Nope, that didn't bring you up the right thing. Okay, well, if you go to your PC screen, right-click on the empty space and then click Properties. It will bring you up this window here. This line here, System Type, is what you want. 64-bit operating system, 64-base processor. If both of those are 64, you can download the 64-bit version here. If either of them aren't, you want to get the 32-bit version. There's no practical difference between them, though. It's just one's meant... I don't want to make things too technical, but that's how it is. Right then, so you want to download these. After downloading them, you need to restart OBS for it to search the directory where they and any other effects get default installed to, that it checks in, because it knows that's where they're supposed to go. Okay, so all that said and done, one little quick thing to say. If your voice, when you're speaking, first off, is going up into the high yellow or even the red zone, if it's going right up into the red zone, you got problems. But this won't, because I've turned this down a bit. So yeah, when you're talking and you're talking a little bit louder than you normally would, it should be sort of like in the middle of the yellow zone, and everything starts from there. Anything going into the red, that's bad. That's bad. Right, so I have a pop filter on here. This is very good at suppressing the noise of your fan, and it doesn't involve any effects. I know, we just downloaded that thing. It was a virus. It wasn't a virus. Chill out. It wasn't a virus, and we are going to use it in a sec. But you can see that the wind, you might even hear that the wind is up around about here. Now I'm going to stick this on before we get onto the effects. This is how good one of these is. It's a pop filter. It's meant to reduce the wind or pressure sound which the fans cause. So, right, I'm leaving my mouse where it is as a little marker, but watch what happens when I put this on. That's easy taking 10 decibels off. That's easily taking 10 decibels off the wind, which is great, but it's not enough. So if you click this cog here and then click filters, you can add filters to your microphone signal. And what we're going to do is get one which is going to remove the well, it's the fan noise, but I don't know how noise suppression works, so I can't vouch for it, but there's a really easy way of doing this, right? So you want to get the VST 2.x plugin, and then there'll be a list here that you can click on, and you're looking for something which is REAEQ standalone, which is right here. And then we're going to open this up. Now this is a graphic equalizer at the minute, and you can see when I'm not talking, I've not brought my drink in, and now I wish I had. When I'm not talking, there's still like a big hump here, but when I am talking, stuff happens here. So this is like the thing on the main screen, right? This is a little reactive thing. This is basically showing us the sound signal, right? So what we want to do is cut that out. So without going too much into the explanation of all of the different things, I tell you what you can do. Click on this 4 tab right here, remove band, and then remove band again, so you're just left with 1. That's all you're going to need for this. And then change type to high pass. Now that's made it bend and melt away. That's made this blue line bend away. This blue line is, I mean, low frequency sounds are down here, just down here. But then middle frequency, I don't know what a middle frequency is, but high frequency sound is up here. You see? Sorry about that, but I had to demonstrate that to you if you've never seen one of these before. So now we've got 2 lines. We've got a bright yellow line and one in the background. The not as bright faded line, I couldn't think of the word then because it's so hot here. The faded line is the original. The yellow line is what is done after the filter. So it shows us the result as well as the original in the background. I'll say it's background. So if I stop talking, you'll see that we've cut away a big amount of the noise. There's still some there though. So if we move the high frequency up a little bit like this, we've almost completely got rid of it now. There is a little trade-off, and if I continue moving it, you'll start to hear it, because my voice will just start to get tinny, and a lot of the richness of my voice, and especially for male voices, the bassiness of your voice is lost. There's one of these. Is it bandwidth? You can use bandwidth to make the fall off this little slope be less or more severe. Although don't do something like that because that's completely over the top. So I would probably recommend a setting around about 378. It depends on what works for you. You've got to try and listen to what it's doing, which, you know, it's cringe listening to your own voice. But if you click on this cog again, Advanced Audio Properties, you can change the microphone to be monitor and output, and then you'll start to hear yourself. If you've got no effects on, it should be almost instant, which is good. If there's a delay, things start to get more cringe. So that's like that. And when you're done, you can just change it back. Monitor off. Although you won't have heard anything when I did do that, because the recording is just capturing the sound that I'm hearing. So when I change that to monitor off, I don't hear it, but it still would be output on the stream, if that makes sense. Overly complicating things there. Right then, so if we look at this now, the wind, the fan is still there, still on as much as it ever was. but there's almost no appreciable noise here right now of any description. And that's a really quick and simple way to solve background noise like that. This is a little off-the-cuff tutorial video. I am in the middle of recording a very long tutorial series for anyone that wants to start streaming on how to do so, you know, right from setting up, right from connecting OBS to your Twitch, for instance, all the way through to advanced stuff like microphone stuff. In fact, I'm just in the middle of finishing off a module, because there's going to be various modules of it, which is about audio processing. So if you're interested, you can use other effects, and I would recommend this. For instance, there's also another effect which is in there, which is a compressor. It's called Raya Comp Standalone. And if we put this on, you can use this to sort of squeeze the range of your voice, you know, because normally your voice signal, right now I'm sort of talking pretty loudly, but if I was in a horror game, I'd be talking a little less, and you can compress the audio a little bit or something like that, and then bring up the volume slightly like this, and it's starting to sound a little bit better, although you are also starting to hear my breath noise a little bit more. So that's not so good. But yeah, feel free to have a play around with that. I'm not going too much into that right now. But I will do in my tutorial series. And if you want to see what a finished result looks like, you'll have to come by my stream. Anyway, this is just a quick, very quick tutorial on how to get rid of fan noise for any of you that are in a hot place and want to stream, but you need a fan on. There's ways of doing it. And I'll be back with more tutorials in the future. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, or perhaps even learnt something. Feel free to drop by Twitch sometime to say hello or say thank you.